Opposition with voter speech. For a brief off-time roadmap, I will first attack my opponent's case and strengthen my own. Then I will provide voters for my judge. Now I will begin my time. First, I would like to apologize since I may have misspoken. When I said prohabilitation, which is not a word, I meant to say rehabilitation. Although prohabilitation has a nice ring to it, so check Urban Dictionary tomorrow. I might make up the definition myself. Moving to review my opponent's attack, reformation is much more feasible than completely abolishing the prison system. By abolishing prisons, we would have to deal with the issue of not having a place to hold criminals and also not having a way to prevent citizens from committing crimes. Next, my opponent said that I never addressed her argument regarding the economic value of prisons. However, I did address it by saying that the reduction of costs due to the crime will even out the scale, because although these prisoners are not spending money, while they are incarcerated, they are also not robbing, causing property damage, or committing other crimes. Also, my opponent stated that my argument regarding her point about the 2,000 prisons who were wrongfully convicted each year is an invalid point. However, she never provided a citation to support the statistic she gave. In response to her point, I stated that these mistaken convictions are an issue of the court system. In response to this, my opponent claimed that reforming the prison system will cause a necessity to reform the court as well. In this limited time frame, it is not feasible to solve all the world's problems, so we must limit our scope to the most important issues, one of which is the necessity to reform prisons. Now I will tell my judge my voters. My first voter is, my opponent dropped many of my arguments against her case. The first argument regards prison rape. The issue of rape in prisons is a very serious issue, but it only strengthens my case on reforming prisons. Next, the next point that was dropped was her argument on the alternative to prisons, that was community service. I argued against that point by saying that community service is proven to actually be less effective in reinstating prisoners into society. Since my opponent never argued against this, the judge must consider it true. In conclusion, it is true that the U.S. prison system is flawed. However, it does not mean that we should abolish them completely. Prisons can be reformed and reduced. Reducing the number of prisons would be very beneficial, but we most certainly do not need to abolish all of them. Prisons are necessary for a successful and safe society. With this, I strongly urge my judge to vote in opposition. Seeing as this is my last speech, I would like to greatly thank my judge and opponent for participating in the Binghamton 2015 online debate.